Have you ever picked up an old dollar coin without giving it a second thought? What if that dusty coin hiding in your pocket change, buried inside an old piggy bank, or forgotten in a kitchen drawer could be worth far more than its face value? Today we're counting down 3 incredible Sacagawea dollar coins that have shocked collectors with their rarity, famous mint errors, and eye-popping auction prices. Some look ordinary. Some look like they've been dragged through mud for years. Yet the right example has sent collectors into bidding wars worth hundreds, and in exceptional cases, thousands of dollars. Before you spend another golden dollar, you need to watch every second of this video because a coin you ignore today could become the treasure everyone wishes they had kept. The Sacagawea dollar was introduced by the United States government to encourage Americans to use a new dollar coin in everyday life, but things didn't unfold as expected. Millions quietly disappeared into drawers, collections, dusty change piles, and forgotten boxes, leaving many people unaware of what they already own. Hidden among the common pieces are rare mint state survivors, valuable error coins, and extraordinary examples that expert dealers are willing to pay serious money for. I'm showing you exactly what to look for, the features that matter most, and why collectors continue chasing these forgotten golden dollars. Stay with me until the end, because every coin on today's countdown has a story that could completely change the way you look at your loose change forever. Today we're counting down one of the most talked about modern American dollar coins ever made, the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary golden dollar that many people ignore every single day. You might even have one hiding inside a dusty coin jar, buried in a drawer, or mixed with loose change in your car. It looks old. It looks forgotten. It might even look like trash after years of circulation. But stop before you spend it. While most examples are worth face value, a tiny number with the right condition or rare mint errors have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. That's exactly why collectors continue searching through rolls of coins every day. Stay with me until the end because I'm showing you exactly what makes one 2000 Sacagawea dollar ordinary and what could make another one surprisingly valuable. The year 2000 marked the beginning of the Sacagawea Dollar series, and the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins for circulation. The United States hoped Americans would embrace the new golden dollar in everyday transactions. Instead, many were saved, forgotten, or tucked away in drawers while paper dollar bills remained more popular. That unexpected history created a fascinating collecting story. Although millions survive, collectors are constantly searching for the finest untouched examples and the rare mistakes that escape the mint's quality control. Those are the coins that can send prices climbing dramatically at auction. Take a close look at your coin. On the front, you'll see Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste. Flip it over, and you'll find a soaring eagle surrounded by 17 stars representing the states that had joined the Union at the time of the expedition. Near the date, you should find the D mint mark, showing the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. This tiny letter is one of the first details every collector checks before deciding whether a coin deserves a closer inspection. Now here's where the excitement begins. Condition changes everything. A 2000 Sacagawea dollar that spent years bouncing around cash registers, pockets, and parking lots usually isn't rare. But if a coin somehow remained untouched with brilliant original surfaces, sharp details, and almost no marks, collectors call it mint state. High-grade mint state examples become much harder to find because even brand-new coins often picked up scratches during storage and transportation. That's why truly exceptional survivors command attention. Professional grading services examine these coins under magnification and assign numerical grades. The highest grades represent coins that appear nearly perfect, with outstanding luster and almost flawless surfaces. Registry set collectors compete fiercely for the best-known examples because even a tiny difference in quality can separate a common coin from one that becomes highly desirable. When demand collides with limited top-grade populations, prices can rise much faster than many people expect. But condition isn't the only reason collectors get excited. Mint errors have become some of the biggest stars of the Sacagawea Dollar series. Off-center strikes, clip planches, double strikes, die cracks, and other unusual production mistakes are closely watched by specialists. Genuine mint errors are created during the manufacturing process, not after the coin leaves the mint. When authenticated, unusual errors often attract strong interest because every mistake tells a unique story about how the coin was made. Many people make a costly mistake by cleaning their coins. They believe shiny means valuable, but collectors usually prefer original surfaces. A dirty coin that has naturally aged over the years is often worth more than the same coin after harsh cleaning. If your Sacagawea dollar looks dusty, dark, or slightly toned, resist the urge to polish it. Preserving its original condition gives it the best chance of retaining collector value. Imagine finding one in an old piggy bank, a forgotten wallet, or even among change from a small purchase. That happens more often than many people realize. Collectors still search bankrolls because valuable coins occasionally slip back into circulation. Most discoveries are ordinary, but every experienced collector knows that remarkable finds begin with checking one coin at a time. That's why so many people continue hunting through loose change every week. Auction records have shown that exceptional 2000D Sacagawea dollars, particularly those with elite mint state grades or significant authenticated mint errors, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These prices don't apply to typical circulated coins, but they prove just how much collectors value true quality and rarity. When competitive bidders chase the same coin, values can climb far beyond what most people imagine for a modern dollar. Expert dealers don't simply look at the date. They study luster, strike quality, contact marks, eye appeal, originality, and any unusual characteristics. Two coins with the same date and mint mark can have dramatically different values depending on these details. If you discover a 2000D Sacagawea dollar that appears unusually sharp, brilliantly preserved, or displays an obvious mint error, don't rush to spend it. Store it carefully by the edges, avoid cleaning it, and consider having it authenticated by a reputable grading service. Proper handling protects a coin and allows experts to determine whether it possesses characteristics that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. The incredible part is that valuable coins don't always look extraordinary at first glance. They can hide inside ordinary change, family collections, estate boxes, or forgotten coin jars. Some have spent years sitting unnoticed before someone finally recognized their importance. That's exactly why experienced collectors never ignore a golden dollar without taking a closer look. So before your next trip to the grocery store or the bank, check every 2000D Sacagawea dollar that passes through your hands. Look for the Denver D mint mark, strong original luster, minimal wear, and any unusual minting errors. Most will be worth $1, but it only takes one exceptional example to turn an ordinary coin into a prized collector's item worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The next remarkable discovery could be hiding in your pocket change right now, waiting for someone who knows exactly what to look for. Today we're moving to another coin that countless Americans have handled without realizing what it could represent. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar. It may look like just another golden dollar, scratched, dirty, or forgotten after years of use. Some have been sitting in dusty jars, old wallets, dresser drawers, and even abandoned coin collections for decades. Most people never give them a second glance, but collectors do. Why? Because hidden among millions of ordinary coins are rare varieties, important mint errors, and exceptional mint state examples that have sold for hundreds, and in some documented cases, thousands of dollars. Before you spend another golden dollar, stop and inspect it carefully because this could be the coin everyone else overlooked. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the very first year of the series. The United States introduced a new dollar coin with high hopes that Americans would begin using it in everyday commerce. Instead, many of these coins gradually disappeared from daily circulation, ending up in storage, coin jars, and forgotten collections. Today, collectors continue searching through rolls and old accumulations because first-year issues always attract special attention, especially when they survive in outstanding condition. The first thing you should do is locate the small P mint mark near the date. That tiny letter tells you the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. It may seem insignificant, but experienced collectors know every detail matters. The date, mint mark, strike quality, and surface preservation all work together to determine whether a coin is simply worth $1 or deserves a much closer inspection. Now let's talk about condition. A 2000p Sacagawea dollar that circulated for years usually shows scratches, worn high points, and dull surfaces. Those examples are common. However, a coin that somehow escaped circulation and still displays blazing original luster with crisp details is a completely different story. Collectors compete aggressively for high-grade mint state examples because finding one without distracting marks is much harder than most people realize. One of the biggest reasons collectors chase this coin is the possibility of discovering a genuine mint error. During production, mistakes occasionally occurred. Off-center strikes, Double strikes, clip planches, die cracks, and other manufacturing errors have all attracted collector interest. These mistakes are not created after the coin leaves the mint. They happen during the striking process. When authenticated, unusual errors can become some of the most desirable coins in the entire series. Another fascinating detail involves the famous Cheerios dollar variety, one of the best-known Sacagawea Dollar rarities from the year 2000. A small number of promotional coins distributed in cereal boxes featured a distinctive eagle tail feather design different from the standard circulation issue. Authentic examples are extremely scarce and have achieved remarkable prices at auction. While most 2000p dollars are not this variety, the story reminds collectors that extraordinary treasures can sometimes hide in ordinary-looking coins. Many people believe that polishing an old coin increases its value. In reality, the opposite is usually true. Collectors prefer coins with original surfaces, even if they appear slightly toned or dirty from natural aging. A clean coin often loses much of its collector appeal. If your 2000p Sacagawea Dollar looks worn from years of honest circulation, leave it exactly as it is until you know whether it has collectible value. Professional grading services carefully examine every detail under magnification. They evaluate strike sharpness, luster, contact marks, and overall eye appeal before assigning a numerical grade. A single point difference at the highest mint state levels can dramatically change a coin's market value. That's why collectors are willing to pay strong premiums for outstanding examples that stand above the rest. Auction results continue proving that rarity and quality matter. Ordinary circulated coins generally remain worth face value, but exceptional mint state examples and authenticated error coins have realized prices reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars. When determined collectors compete for the finest known examples, values can rise far beyond what most people expect from a modern $1 coin. Imagine discovering one while searching through loose change received at a grocery store, inside an old family coin jar, or among coins tucked away by grandparents years ago. Stories like these keep collectors searching every single day. Most coins will be ordinary, but it only takes one remarkable discovery to make the search worthwhile. That's the excitement that keeps the hobby alive. Expert dealers inspect every coin differently from the average person. They aren't distracted by dirt or minor discoloration. Instead, they search for original mint surfaces, unusually strong strikes, scarce varieties, and production errors. What looks like an ordinary dollar to one person could become an exciting find for someone who understands exactly what to look for. If you think you found a special example, avoid cleaning it or carrying it loosely with other coins. Hold it only by the edges and store it safely in a protective holder. If the coin displays unusual features or appears exceptionally well preserved, professional authentication can determine whether it deserves a premium value in today's collector market. The most exciting discoveries often come from coins that everyone else ignored. A forgotten Sacagawea Dollar sitting unnoticed for years could still surprise its owner if it turns out to be a rare variety, an authenticated mint error, or an outstanding mint state survivor. That's why experienced collectors never dismiss a coin simply because it looks ordinary at first glance. So before you spend your next 2000p Sacagawea Dollar, give it a careful inspection. Check for the Philadelphia P mint mark, original luster, sharp details, and anything unusual about the strike. Most examples will remain worth $1, but the rare exceptions continue reminding collectors that valuable treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. The next great discovery could already be waiting inside your pocket change. Today we're looking at another forgotten golden dollar that many Americans have spent without a second thought, the 2001 Sacagawea Dollar. At first glance, it doesn't look special. It may be scratched, dirty, faded, or covered with years of wear from everyday circulation. Some have been sitting in dusty change piles, old coffee cans, piggy banks, or family coin jars for decades. Many people assume these coins are only worth $1. But what if one small detail could completely change its value? Hidden among millions of ordinary coins are rare mint state survivors, fascinating mint errors, and collectible examples that have sold for hundreds, and in exceptional cases, thousands of dollars. Before you spend another golden dollar, stay with me because this coin deserves a much closer look. The 2001 Sacagawea Dollar was struck at the Denver Mint during the second year of the Sacagawea Dollar series. By this time, many Americans had already returned to using paper dollar bills instead of dollar coins. As a result, Countless Sacagawea dollars quietly disappeared into drawers, collections, and storage containers instead of circulating every day. That history makes this series especially interesting because while the coins are modern, truly exceptional examples have become increasingly difficult to locate. The first thing you should check is a tiny D mint mark near the date. That single letter confirms a coin was produced at the Denver Mint. It may seem like a minor detail, but experienced collectors know that every valuable coin begins with careful identification. Date, mint mark, strike quality, and condition all play important roles in determining whether a coin deserves further attention. Now let's talk about what collectors really want. Condition. A coin that has spent years bouncing through cash registers, vending machines, and pockets usually shows scratches, worn surfaces, and dull color. Those circulated examples are common, but if you discover a 2001 D Sacagawea Dollar with bright original luster, crisp details, and very few marks, you found something much more desirable. High-grade mint state examples become increasingly scarce because even brand-new coins often picked up contact marks before reaching the public. Professional grading companies carefully examine these coins using magnification and assign numerical grades based on preservation and eye appeal. At the highest mint state levels, even the smallest difference can dramatically affect collector demand. Registry collectors often compete for the finest certified examples, and when several determined buyers want the same coin, auction prices can climb surprisingly high. One of the most exciting parts of collecting the 2001 D Sacagawea Dollar is searching for genuine mint errors. Occasionally, mistakes occur during the striking process. Off-center strikes, die cracks, clip planches, double strikes, and other manufacturing errors escape quality control. These are not coins damaged after leaving the mint. They are authentic production mistakes. Because every genuine error is different, collectors are often willing to pay strong premium for unusual examples. Many people believe an old coin must look shiny to be valuable. That isn't how experienced collectors think. Original surfaces matter far more than artificial brightness. A naturally aged coin with honest wear often attracts more interest than one that has been polished or cleaned. If your 2001 D Sacagawea Dollar looks dirty after years of circulation, resist the temptation to clean it. Preserving its originality is usually the smarter choice. Imagine receiving one of these coins as change from a local store and tossing it into a jar without another thought. Years later, someone sorts through that forgotten collection and discovers an unusually sharp example or a genuine mint error hiding among ordinary coins. Stories like this happen often enough to keep collectors searching through rolls, bank boxes, estate collections, and inherited coin jars every single day. Auction results continue proving that quality matters. While ordinary circulated 2001 D Sacagawea dollars generally remain worth face value, exceptional mint state coins and authenticated error varieties have realized prices reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These remarkable sales don't represent every coin, but they demonstrate exactly why collectors inspect every Sacagawea dollar before spending it. Expert coin dealers never judge a coin by appearance alone. Instead, they carefully examine strike sharpness, original luster, contact marks, surface preservation, and possible mint errors. What seems ordinary to most people can become an exciting discovery for someone trained to recognize important details. That's why knowledge is often more valuable than luck in the world of coin collecting. If you believe you found an exceptional coin, handle it only by the edges and avoid rubbing or polishing the surfaces. Place it in a protective holder and compare it carefully with reliable reference images. If it appears unusually well preserved or displays an obvious mint error, professional authentication may help determine whether it carries a significant collector premium. Some of the most valuable coins ever discovered spent years hidden in ordinary places before someone finally recognized what they had. They were tucked away in dresser drawers, old envelopes, family collections, and forgotten savings jars. That's why experienced collectors never dismiss a coin simply because it appears common. Every careful inspection creates another opportunity to uncover something special. The 2001 D Sacagawea Dollar reminds us that modern coins can still surprise collectors. Not every valuable coin is made of silver or over a century old. Sometimes a relatively recent coin becomes desirable because of exceptional preservation, a scarce mint error, or strong collector demand. Those are the qualities that transform an ordinary dollar into a sought-after collectible. So before you spend your next 2001 D Sacagawea Dollar, stop and take a closer look. Check the Denver D mint mark, Examine the surfaces for original luster, search for unusual striking errors, and compare the condition carefully. Most examples will remain worth $1, but the rare exceptions continue making headlines in the collecting world. Your next handful of loose change could contain a hidden treasure that collectors have been searching for all along.